Our next question: what kind of mental health issues can arise as people immigrate to the US? Are there generational effects? And what further health inequities are these communities faced with?
I could start. When you think about populations kind of uprooting their whole lives and coming to a whole new country, you think of isolation and thinking of like, I maybe don't have any family members here. Maybe I'm the first of my family to come here and kind of get settled for us. So that's isolating. It can be daunting. Or the food is different. So what do I eat and where do I even go to find those resources? And I think it's also coming to the US, I think there's kind of a depiction of fantasy almost. Like everyone who comes here kind of is looking for that American dream type situation. So, and I think that's when you immigrate to a place like the US, you're like, oh, I'm coming to a place of money and power. But in reality, you kind of get pushed back at right when you get here. And it's like, oh, I actually am coming in with debt as an immigrant, trying to bring my family here, or maybe I have to work 4 jobs to be able to provide for my kids and my family back home. I think there's a lot of different aspects to immigration that just influences everything. I guess you can relate it to if you were to move to a different state without your family and trying to like get settled there, make friends. It can all be very difficult. But then on top of that, if you don't speak the language of most people there, if you don't know who you can speak to in your language or who might understand your culture, it can all feel very isolating and daunting.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of sacrifices that migrants make, in leaving their homelands and risk as well that they endure in terms of safety and stability. So yeah, not only leaving their loved ones behind and acclimating to a new culture and a new environment, learning a new language, also kind of experiencing some level of discrimination. And I know many of which have spent like all their money and maybe even risked their lives trying to get to the United States. So yeah, all of this combined is very traumatic, and that trauma is carried intergenerationally from generation to generation, most certainly. And you kind of combine all that with limited resources, right? Not adequate access to healthcare or health insurance. It could certainly impact both the mental and physical health of a lot of immigrants who come to the United States.